morning, guys. Mayor Sackman, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Apologize, running a couple minutes late here. Mr. Bramble, minutes and claims.
March 19th, minutes to be approved.
Motion to approve the minutes from March 19th.
Second.
All in favor, by?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Then I have the claim docket for March 16th through the 22nd for $3,904,415.85.
Any questions?
Nope. Motion to approve claim docket for $3,904,415.85.
Second.
All in favor, by?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Bramble? Okay. All right, third, we got another ARPA grant agreement for the Vigo County Sheriff's Department. Mark, you want to talk about this one?
Yes, I believe this is for a cargo van, or a cargo van to carry inmates back and forth to the courthouse, a small minivan, and 2 patrol cars. That was approved last month, I believe.
Any questions? Anything?
Motion to approve ARPA grant agreement with Vigo County Sheriff's Department.
Second.
All in favor, by?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. So I believe this resolution assigning tax sale certificates is going to be the auditor, but Mayor, I think you have a small presentation. You want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah. Good morning, County Commissioners and the staff from the Auditor's Office. Today, I just wanted to quickly kind of catch you up to speed on the importance of the resolution that is being signed. So in 2022, Indiana Code 6-1.1-24-6.7 allowed us to get to this point. Essentially, the county executives working with the Auditor's Office can sign over properties with delinquent property taxes to another government nonprofit entity. And that is allowing us to continue our infill housing model in the city of Terre Haute. So we're practicing a comprehensive approach to rebuilding housing and addressing dilapidated properties. So housing in Terre Haute and Vigo County, as the housing study showed, we have a strong need for housing. We have a strong need for rehabilitation. And we also have a stronger need to take some of these vacant lots in our community and rebuild them. And a lot of folks shy away from this because a lot of these lots do have those back taxes associated with them. They're not kind of ready to be built on. There's grass, there's weeds, there's trees. But the approach that we've taken, partnered with Thrive West Central, allows us to transfer these lots to developers. And over the last several months, we have seen this happen over 40 times. Not every lot, not every parcel comes out to exactly one household, and sometimes 2 do have to be next to each other, and those corner lots are always worth a little bit more. But I'll go into the exact numbers after this. We're really looking at a 4-tiered strategy here. So with local government, we're focused on the acquisition and the resale of these vacant lots. We're focused on managing the flow of infill housing. What that means is, if you look at the neighborhoods where a lot of these lots currently sit at, what it means to rebuild on these lots, it upskills and it increases that entire block's property value. It just makes it look better, it's cleaner, and it's safer, and we're bringing students and families into neighborhoods that have seen a population decline. This leads to a positive benefit to the school corporation as well. Lastly, from the city side, we're working to hold some of these negligent landowners more accountable. So we're reviewing our building code. We're having long conversations about, the grass fee for these Right now, we have landowners who, until about last month, it was cheaper for them to have the city cut their lot landscaping service. And as I said last month, and I'll continue to say it, our city staff is not a glorified landscaping service. So we increase those fees to hold some of these landowners accountable, especially the negligent landowners. From a builder's perspective, they're really focused on kind of two different areas, right? The rehabilitation of homes, which has proven successful, partnering with Thrive West Central, and then building new homes through infill housing, through these vacant lots, and also through neighborhood development. And I know Mark sits with me on the Homes for the Future Steering Committee, and every month, every other month, we see updates of new development, neighborhood, infill, and rehabilitation happening in Terre Haute and Vigo County. This also helps us work with utilities. So from the utility standpoint, the city of Terre Haute is already working with Indiana American Water to solve concerns in North Terre Haute. We're having conversations with Joink, CenterPoint, and our other utility providers to ensure that when we are breaking the right-of-way, when we are going into the ground, we're repairing it to a higher level, and that landowner, that homeowner, they're not going out the door one day and seeing a cut-up road. And then the last side of this is the nonprofit side. So Thrive, as you all know, partnered with the city and county for this kind of home revitalization. And from a nonprofit level, I'm happy to say the city is going to work with Habitat for Humanity to increase the amount of homes they build this year. They kind of do about 2 to 3. Our goal this year is 4 to 5, hoping for 6. Loyal Veterans Battalion is another nonprofit agency that we've been working with that's housing homeless veterans. And of course, tiny homes for veterans and the variants that we did through area planning to allow them to build those. So all 4 of these buckets are working simultaneously to really address that housing problem in our community. As you can see on the left, here's some of our partners that have been with us so far. And this house up top, that foundation, that frame, that house was built in about 2 short weeks on a city, at one time city-owned vacant lot that was transferred to a developer through the Thrive West Central Housing Program and through Terre Haute redevelopment. So the housing study that was conducted in 2022, it takes a forward-thinking approach with the new businesses coming to town, the expansion of current businesses, and it showed that in our kind of 5-region area, 3,400 to 4,500 new affordable market rate housing units are needed. So if we were to just chase kind of the neighborhood side of it, you would see that urban sprawl be amplified in a community like Terre Haute. We don't want that. We want to blend all of our housing approaches to grow that population across Terre Haute and Vigo County. There's a couple of steps, and I apologize, the PowerPoint's really rudimentary. I didn't spend too much time on it. But here's our 5-step process from an administrative standpoint. Acquiring the lots from county as per that new state statute. Then we go through the administrative process, right? The deed and the title work through Terre Haute redevelopment. Then we have to advertise these lots to developers. So a lot of local builders have taken a part of this program. More are beginning the process, and even some builders from out of town have entertained the idea. We are very, very deliberate in who we partner with. You know, we don't want someone to come in and put in 50 homes through infill housing, and then 5 years they turn into, you know, that negligent landowner that we're all thinking of who has way too many properties and doesn't take care of them. After that, we begin another administrative process for the developer actually acquiring that property with insurance, title work, and a deed, and a small bond, and then we build. So as I previously stated, from January 1 to now, you are seeing dozens and dozens of parcels. Requests go in for them. That administrative process does take time. We are always looking for ways to improve that, working with different title insurers to do 10 homes at once instead of just 1 or 2 here to kind of increase our throughput. Now, I know here's where the auditors are going to look at me in the room. Here's the property tax impact of this. So 133 parcels would translate into approximately 100 buildable lots, 100 homes. So using the area median income, which is $68,400 for Vigo County, if we price these homes at 60% AMI, so about what 60% of homeowners we think could pay, that would lead to $140,000 in perpetuity in terms of property tax. The 80% AMI bracket of $160,000 leads to $160,000 a year in property tax collection. On top of just the price of the home, just the property tax, Thrive West Central and the city and even the county, and Mark, he's a part of this, we are working on a Hoosiers Home for the Future loan down payment program for first and second time homeowners. And essentially what that is doing is it says if you make 140% of that area median income, of that 68,000, you can qualify for 5% down payment assistance. So these are creative programs that we've seen employed across the United States that Thrive is championing, that the city is championing, that we are doing to increase home ownership on top of simply building the lots. So here's our data hub map, and this is all available on the City of Terre Haute's website. When you go to the condemned and vacant lots section, we have color-coded these 133 lots in orange. And as you can clearly see, you've got Farrington Grove, you've got north of Wabash, you have neighborhoods that badly need these lots to turn into homes. Each lot does require us to mow the lawn 4 times a year, especially if the city owns it. So anytime we get one of those off, we're saving our operating costs, we're getting a home built, and we're adding to the population of Terre Haute. With that, I'll take any questions. I know housing's always a big one, but I just wanted to quickly spend 5 minutes showing you guys what the city's been doing the last couple of months, and with your support, we'll continue to do with these 133 parcels.
Questions, comments?
I just have one comment. I think you've addressed it already, that some of these nonprofits, to qualify them carefully. That seems to be where we've had some struggles over the years, and this is a pretty massive undertaking, obviously. So, but I think with our partners with Thrive and different things, and how we've once the county lets loose of these, then it's your ball game. So run it well.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I just think it's great. I appreciate you tackling this right off the bat. I know in years past, I've tried to, when I was building more, I'm not building much now. This other job keeps me pretty busy. But I would try to get some of these lots, and it was a task and a long, just a lot of headaches to try to get them. So the fact that you're making this easier and that we can help, it's just great. Appreciate it.
Mr. Bramble, anything from the auditor's office?
I think it's a great program. Get some headaches off of,
John?
out of our office.
Yeah, I mean,
Away from John.
we appreciate, in the past, we've had a handful of properties with Dean, 4 or 5 maybe at a time. So, Brandon, appreciate the meeting with you about a month ago to discuss this with Dean and Jimmy and those guys. So we're talking about 133 lots, is that right?
Yeah, 133 parcels, and then based off Indiana building regulation, of course, trying to hit that 40 feet in width, you see a lot of times a builder will want to take 2 lots that are side by side and build on just one, give folks a full backyard, but it should translate to roughly 100 homes.
And we're seeing some of those, or you guys are seeing, I know Peg Finzel has a home advertised right now that just got finished with infill housing, so, and it's selling. I mean, she's got 3 takers, so. Ms. Loudermilk?
I just wanted to make a statement because I was asked a question the other night. And it kind of surprised me where it came from, but I just want to make it clear that when we put these back on the tax roll and they are part of the assessed value, the county does get a portion of the taxes. So is the school corporation, the airport, or anyone that's involved in that tax rate. I think that question kind of came through from another county
Yeah.
commissioner. I was kind of surprised. So I just kind of want to make that clear that although the city may be taking them and doing this, when they are back on the tax rolls, the county does still get a portion of the property tax that comes with it.
Came from a commissioner?
And
A different county.
a different county.
Oh.
And so along with the school corporation. So I just kind of want to make that clear for the public to understand that it's not just coming back to the city
Yeah.
with you doing that.
Okay, any other questions? If not, we got a resolution 2024-05, which is just resolution transferring these properties to the city of Terre Haute redevelopment.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2024-05.
Second.
All in favor by aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Big deal. Yep.
All right, we're going to scratch number 5. Miss Thompson is not feeling well, so she's not here today. Johnson Controls, that's a contract with Ricky Hammond. Mr. White?
Morning.
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 Just this contract's up for renewal. It's a 2-year contract down at the jail.
Yes, JCI has been doing a lot of work for us over the last couple of years, especially at the new jail, so any questions or comments?
You reviewed a couple things, Mr. Modison, right?
Yeah, I did review it, and I requested a couple changes be made. They did comply with one of the changes I requested. The other one they didn't want to agree to, which I kind of figured, so I'm okay with it. I mean, we at least got them to give on a couple things that I want to change, so.
All right. Johnson Controls handles heating, cooling, air handling all over our buildings, all over the county. I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor by aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Barber, we got a road vacate.
As promised, here is the third vacate of the 3 that we originally started with in Tecumseh. It is for a 66-foot road right-of-way that is what would be known as Livingston Avenue that runs from Pottsville Road to the Wabash River. The petitioner, Mr. Boyle, is here. He has went through all of the requirements to notify the adjoining landowner. I have copies of all the stuff. I will tell you that when the certified mail was sent to the adjoining owner's address, that the adjoining owner didn't sign it. It was another gentleman that signed it, so bringing that to your attention. So not sure what that means, but I'm just here presenting it, so.
This was just brought to my attention right before the meeting, and the fact that it was not signed, et cetera. I would like to have a little bit of time to do a little research to make sure that's not an issue with the transfer, so. I mean, some things, like if you can't get legal service, then you have to do it by publication. So I just want to make sure that there's not a problem with this, if when it goes through, there's no issue for the new owner or anybody else, so.
It was advertised, and like I said, the petitioner went through the process of notifying the other owner by certified mail, and it just so happened that the person who signed it wasn't the owner of the property, at least by the tax records. And the only address that we have is the address for the tax record for that property, which would be Lot 5 in the original town of Tecumseh subdivision.
Scott, after the meeting, can you get me copies of the paperwork so I can do a little research on it then, just to be safe?
Actually, you should already, I gave copies, I don't know.
I have it right here.
Oh, they have it?
Okay.
Okay, okay,
I'll make sure you got everything though.
okay, thank you.
Mr. President, shall we table this, or do you just want to?
Oh, yeah,
Or do we need that motion?
Terry, do you need to?
I would recommend that we table it till the next meeting. It's only a week from now.
Okay.
Give me a chance to do a little research to be safe on this.
Motion to table?
Second.
All in favor by aye?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
Get back to that next week. Public comments in just a couple of minutes. Actually, it's right now. Comments from the public.
Yeah.
The owner of the property is here.
Sure.
I didn't know he was here.
Yep.
So-
This is the one that didn't sign for the certified mail then?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
I wasn't aware he was here. I never met him before, so.
okay.
Okay.
Now's your time to speak if you'd like to speak. We just need your name and your address.
Sterling J. Lilu, 1014 East 63rd Place, Maryville, Indiana. It was sent to 1768 Pottsville. It was signed for, certified.
Did you sign for it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Bump has signed for it.
Yeah, I had them
Yeah.
sign for it.
Yeah, yeah. You have to be the one to sign for it since it's certified mail.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about this over the next week, and then we'll get back to,
Are you in agreement with this?
No, my house is on that easement. I have an abstract that come with the deed of that property. That property's back in the 1800s on, that was a miner's shack, and then it was turned into a house. That's my drive. My house is actually on the easement. Peabody owned that property originally at one time. He bought the property out from underneath my family, the strip next to it. My father was trying to buy it, Peabody kept putting it off. We got bigger things than that. And then he bought it out from underneath. My nephew was evacuated. My parents was there for years. And now he wants to take the easement, which has no bearing on him going. DNR said, I'm the one paying the taxes on that for years. I'm the one that's been maintaining it for 20-something years. And now he comes here and wants to take that. My house is on it. That's my drive. And according to law, there's a law in the books, if you maintain that property, it becomes yours.
Okay.
There's no reason for him to even take it.
Sir, is your property the one to the south of that road that's
Yes,
to the south? Okay.
yeah, the house is actually on that easement. Yes.
yeah. Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other comments, Mr. Boyle? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I'd like to close this right away and take 33 foot of it. He's got 33 foot. I don't know what his problem is, but his house is sitting on 4 foot of it anyhow. So I don't see what the problem is other than Bruce Bumpus has got his trailer there. When he steps out of his trailer, he's on my property. He's getting his water from my property because he can't get an address there because he don't own it. And his electricity's coming off my property. So this is one reason why I want to close this right away. And that's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bumpus? You gotta come to the microphone. We gotta be able to record you. That's right.
And his address.
I've been down there since 2008.
Before you go on, would you state your name and
My name
address?
is Bruce Allen Bumpus,
What's your address?
What's your address?
7847 North Pottsville Street.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, sir. I've taken care of that property, and since the time he bought that property, I told him to tell me if you want me to take the unhook the electricity on his property. I told him to I will undo the water on his property, but he said, use it, use it. And now he's sitting here throwing it on my face that I'm using it. Plain and simple, they went in and backstabbed these people and got his property from his nephew.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? Public comment? Going once, going twice, sold, okay. Comments from commissioners or other elected officials? Commissioners?
I think I'd like to make a motion that we table this.
Oh, I thought we already did.
I think we already did.
We already
We
did?
did,
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay, good.
Did it get a second?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Any comments from you guys?
What, ball game tonight?
Ball game tonight, ISU go Sycamores. Real quick, the Terre Haute Air Show is coming up June 1st and 2nd. There are 2 signs outside of this meeting room. If you want to scan the QR code, if you're interested in being a volunteer, it's going to take anywhere from 600 to 800 people to operate this air show. So they are in desperate need of volunteers. It's expected to bring in thousands of people that Saturday and Sunday. So there's still tickets available, but they're in desperate need of volunteers. So you can help pick up trash, but also get to see the air show, so that's pretty cool. So if you know anybody that's interested in your department or anything like that, that'd be great, so. Any comments from other department heads or anything? All right, stay in a recess till next Tuesday.